Welcome back to Crypto Gorilla, your place to become a crypto beast, Crypto Gorilla. Now, in today's video, I'm going to teach you that there are assets out there that are not cryptocurrencies. Whoa, they're called gold and oil, and they're referred to as commodities in the market. So let me tell you one thing, or let me ask you a question. Why do we see the S&P 500 falling, the Nasdaq falling, right? Bitcoin falling, Ethereum falling. Why do we see that? But at the same time, we see oil rising and gold rising in price. It's very, very simple. When in times of uncertainty, when in times of crisis in the world, real crisis, right? Not COVID. So I'm going to touch up on that as well later. But when in times of crisis, people tend to shift towards the more secure assets or commodities. So people will tend to invest into gold, and people will tend to invest into oil, and people will tend to invest into silver as well. And essentially why that happens is there's a difference between asset classes, right? So for example, the S&P 500 is the top 500 firms in the US, and it is sort of a growth investment. So you invest in the SPX expecting a long-term growth. You don't invest your life savings into the SPX because it is not that safe. If you want to actually save your money, you will invest it either in a Swiss bank or you will put it into gold, so that these two things are very similar, right? Because it's going to retain value even if another world war happens, right? That's the very simple truth. And the fact that Bitcoin's falling a little bit, it's not too harsh. It fell by 14%, 35k at this point. It's not too bad. I mean, this is sort of very predicted. If you head on over into Bitcoin's price, you can see that we are still reaching for this bottom around the 33k mark, and we are going to see what's going to happen right there. Personally, I do believe we're going to make a break for the downside and move into the 20k level very soon, which is why I want to teach you about other asset classes such as oil and gold. Now, oil, as you can see right here, has been increasing ever since, first of all, November of 2021, since, they started talking about tapering and all of this stuff. But ever since the COVID pandemic started in April of 2020, as you can see, the price was very, very low, around $10 to $14 per barrel, since it actually crashed quite heavily. But then since then, we've just literally been growing the whole time. And why is it growing? Well, because it is a risk-free asset, or it is an asset that people tend to invest in when in times of uncertainty. So let me just show you a difference right now. So the SPX 500, or top 500 companies in the US, they've also been growing since Corona started, right? So as you can see right here, there is sustained growth, but this is growth pumped by stimulus checks, right? This is literally inflation-based growth, money being pumped into the economy, and from the economy to the people, and from the people into the stock market. Very simple, and that is one of the reasons why Bitcoin and all of the cryptocurrencies also increased in price in recent times. It just pumped because of stimulus. As you can see right here, we have price action ever since the beginning of COVID, March 2020, and what can we see? We can see a humongous uptrend. That's what we can see, pumped by stimulus. I'm not saying everything was pumped by stimulus. There's obviously people who are still in the market who are holding these support levels right here, but it is a big player. Now, when stimulus is starting to go soft, when the Fed says that they're gonna stop introducing money into the economy, when they say they're gonna start tapering to lower interest rates, well, what happens then is the market starts moving downwards. You can see the S&P 500 breaking out of a very strong level of support and moving towards more downside, starting a potential bearish trend, right? But at the same time, what do we see? We see oil, which is increasing in price. It broke out on the lower time frames of a very significant correction pattern, and also gold increasing in price quite significantly in the past few months. So it's very significant, and this is something that you need to keep in mind when investing into the market. The worse this situation gets in Russia, right, with its invasion in Ukraine that started just a few days ago, it's the more gold and oil prices will increase in the short term, and the more markets will actually dump, because people don't want to keep their money in risky assets while there is chaos going around in the world. So I hope you guys understand the value of this stuff right here, and if you don't, I do recommend you keep track of news, first of all on CoinDesk when it comes to the crypto market, but also on Forex Factory if you want to learn about pretty much anything going on when it comes to these countries and their talks And for example, the core PCE index news coming in from the US. There's also monetary policy reports, interest rates, and everything. For example, when the Fed says they're going to increase interest rates, the S&P just kind of goes down, right? It just kind of goes down. And when they say they're going to keep interest rates steady, the SPX will actually go up. So if I were to introduce one rule for you guys right now at the end of this video, it would be, when situation is bad, Russia's invasion, invest into gold or oil. Now, another reason why oil is increasing, first of all, it's a commodity, but second of all, Russia has a lot of the world's oil and they are large exporters. So obviously, once some chaos is happening with Russia, there will be less oil to export, which means a smaller supply, which means demand will be greater, which means the price will increase. Very simple. Now, also, when the SPX is increasing, AUD and NZD will increase. So that's also a correlation that I will discuss in another video. Also, when SPX is falling, Japanese yen and USD will increase. That's also another thing that we will discuss in another video. So this is a correlation right here. When the SPX is falling, it means chaos in the world is happening, and values such as these safe haven values or the Japanese yen and the US dollar tend to increase in value. When the SPX is rising, it means the market is confident and the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar are increasing in value. So this is something that you guys should keep in mind, and that's pretty much it for today's video. I will touch up on this a lot more times in the future, but this is a little glimpse of how the market is moving. Definitely check out Forex Factory for more info. CoinDesk as a good source of information, to be honest, and check out CoinMarketCap if you want to see the movements of all of these cryptos in these times of desperation. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below with your favorite thoughts on this subject. Lastly, I'm not a financial advisor, and anything you do invest into crypto, blockchain, or NFT projects is on your own liability, and you should do your own due diligence. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.